on the subject, Yuan has become a well-known figure in Tianjin for his efforts in recording the recent past and present.
你看，这就是五大道，哎，当初这是马场道，就有点到了异国他乡的味儿。像这样的洋房，天津大约得有800多处，每处都有故事。天津啊，投入很大的人力物力，把他们都保护下来，哎，现在成为天津的 历史文化遗产，这一块已经成为天津的一块亮丽的风景线。
Courthouses in Beijing, Western-styled mansions in Tianjin. At the 5 roads and also along the High River, you can wander through Greek-styled parlors, Roman archways, and gaze through Teutonic windows. With 3,500 colonial mansions and buildings, the city is a mosaic of European decor. There was a time when many of them were shabby and dilapidated, blights of neglect, remnants of a different age. But nowadays, the municipal government is cherishing its concessional past, investing heavily in preserving and protecting over 800 buildings as cultural heritage. I'm standing outside the Tianjin railway station, better known as Laolongtou. Now this station is one of the oldest in China, originally built in 1888. It was moved to this location on the Haihe River 4 years later. Since that time, it has been revamped twice, once in 1988 when it was entirely rebuilt, and again in 2007 when it was modernized. Thousands of people arrive and leave here every day, and it has therefore become one of the major transportation hubs in northern China. The most obvious change in Tianjin is the souping up of its transportation system. Back in the 1800s, Laolongtou and its train lines were the only form of long-distance travel available. The tram system, first built by a Belgian company, came a few years later in 1906. It was the first citywide tramway system in China. This is the fast train linking Beijing and Tianjin. Maxing out at an impressive 350 km an hour, it is one of the fastest commercial trains in the world. It takes just 30 minutes to cover a distance of 120 km. As you can see, the carriages are quite comfortable with lots of legroom. And if it's a blue sky day outside, the view is quite beautiful. The only problem with this trip is you don't get much time to enjoy it. Somehow, when you're on the train, because the ride is so smooth and comfortable, you don't really feel the astonishing pace. From the vantage point of a helicopter, however, there is no denying it. Ironically, the trip to Tianjin from Beijing is shorter than the trip from my home to the Beijing train station. The city now has 3 ring roads, which are dissected at different points by a plethora of highways and expressways, which connect to the far regions of China. Shanghai, Macau, Harbin, Guangzhou, these places and many others are all more easily accessible. There are 2 international airports, one of them in the Binhai area. This makes it convenient for those conducting international business to get in and out. After the recent completion of a new terminal, it has become one of the busiest airports in China. For the man on the street, however, the most useful upgrade would have to be the expansion of the metro. I decided to test out the service firsthand, getting on at Xiaobailou station. It's very clean and modern, and it feels as though the commuters truly value this convenience in their lives. And would you believe it, I actually got a seat. It is the 2nd oldest metro in China, with construction first starting in 1970. They've recently extended the network, and now there are 3 lines with 22 stations in operation.
这天津海河，这是当年的解放桥。这我这还保存着一张啊，60年代的一张船渡票，就我60年代我坐船那时候保存下来的，说明当时那时候人们过河都得靠着船渡，啊，很不方便，官方太大，现在有20多座桥。
This is the Hai River, which passes through Beijing and Tianjin and into the Bohai Gulf of the Yellow Sea. It connects with the Yellow and Yangtze rivers here in Tianjin through the Grand Canal. As you can see, there are an abundance of bridges. The Jiefang Bridge, just near the British concession, was designed by Gustav Eiffel. And behind it, the Dagu Bridge, consisting of 2 arches, with the large arch symbolizing the sun and the small one, the moon. This is Bayan Bridge, just near the Italian concession. It is a replica of the Pont Alexander in Paris. Considering that a few decades ago, one had to take the ferry to the greener other side, the amount of bridges is quite a striking change. Tianjin is truly a city of bridges. The Binhai New Area is a special economic zone similar to those in Shenzhen and Shanghai. Experimental reforms have been taking place here to encourage foreign investment and development. In Tianjin, this hotspot expands into the Bohai Rim, which describes the economic activity surrounding Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei province. Focusing on heavy industries and manufacturing, Tianjin has become one of the most important economic zones in northern China.
To our athletes, you are the legends. Hong Kong, we did it.
Tianjin Harbor is the largest sea and river port in China, and it trades with over 160 different countries throughout the world. Ships come and go through the Bohai Bay area, which is in that direction over there. Behind me we have a ship that's just come in, and I've been told it's shipping coal into China.
The Tianjin Harbor is so massive that its harbor facilities stretch for 120 kilometers along the coastline, providing 500,000 people with jobs. At present, after deepening and widening its navigational channel, it can berth 100,000-ton ships.
I think today that we can say that we would not have made any other choice if we should make the choice today. We have been happy with all the benefits that we have received as a foreign investor here, with the support we have got from both Teta government and from Tianjin government, and we still continue to operate here and get that kind of support. Recently, when we had the groundbreaking ceremony for our new biopharmaceutical factory, the support from government was there again, and we have agreed with them to have regular review meetings on areas where we need support and help. So we are very happy to continue to be here. We feel today that it is an enormous transformation that have taken place. Today we have people that before would live in Tianjin and commute all the way, they now live in Teta, because you have all what you need here: international schools, infrastructure, easy access to Beijing, trains, highways, and you have commodities you can buy and entertainment. So a transformation from a sort of a coastal town with not much into a fully operating city.
This here is Airbus Tianjin, and it is the only final assembly plant set up outside of Europe. So far they've made 3 A320s, and the plan is for this year to have 11 A320s flying in the Chinese-friendly skies. Now, I've walked around here and I can assure you it is pristine, clean, and the technology is astounding. Quite frankly, the process boggles the mind.
The Airbus assembly plant is operated by a joint venture. It is 51% controlled by Airbus, with the remaining shares being held by a consortium of Chinese enterprises, including China Aviation.